going on? Phantom again, doing a second very quick upload because I just finished making another video and it's uploading as we speak. Another commentary. I want to get this one out the way because the Thunder are about to play and I really want to watch the basketball game. So this is kind of my third return to ranked quote unquote game, and once again I played Ravana jungle and I started off with a quick game because they felt like Nuwa solo is a thing, and apparently it's not based off that last game. This game was longer than the last. I got more kills than the last, and I also did a lot of things in the last video I said that I normally try not to do, and that is being a dummy and diving towers and phoenixes, and I think a lot of that was from see, I'm diving already. I think a lot of that was because my nerves were kind of going down, so I felt a little bit more in the vibe of the game, even though I was still kind of nervous, especially after our Osiris solo said he doesn't normally play solo or Osiris or something like that. So, but it kind of helped us out. We had a Nuwa solo on the other team, so I spent a lot of this game actually just trying to snowball as much as I can, because our dual lane was, as you see, pushing them back consistently. I believe at this moment I stayed over here. I think I stayed over here for a little bit. Yeah, I stayed over here because they wouldn't back up to the tower. They kept pushing out, and they had a Humbats on their team, and I'm still in purple. And this is my second straight game against Humbats, so I was kind of feeling myself. I wasn't worried about Humbats 2 straight games. Didn't get that kill, but I got that 2 assists off the bat. Now, I hung out on this side of the map a little longer than I normally would because I'm really, I don't want to say timid about ganking duo, but I don't like going over there and hanging out over there, especially when they clearly were doing fine without me. So that's when I go back to my normal rotation. I'm trying to do this and watch this game at the same time. This is something else. This is going to be a hard one for me. We had good mid pressure, mainly because you see the Poseidon is still level 1. They paused, and I feel like they did this shit on purpose. They paused right when the minions spawn, or the camp spawn at 20 seconds. So it threw off my time and my abilities. So when they unpaused it, Merlin didn't even get the XP share for it. So I kind of felt like a piece of shit for it. But it kind of messed up my vibe to start the game with. But we started off pretty good. I backed a little early. I didn't get my full boots. Normally I like to back when I at least get full boots. But instead of just clearing the camp and instantly backing, I kept moving through the jungle. I still gotta get my farm. It's a kind of a slow paced game starting off. I mean, granted there was an early kill in right and in left and in mid. I started off extremely slow because I get to these points in the game where I just want to run around, farm, and just be this unstoppable menace of a jungler. I eventually went ahead and said, go ahead, let me go ahead and back, get some wars online, get hit with a new wall ultimate because that's obnoxious, and keep it moving.
Friends are not to be trusted.
And they gave Humbats a kill in mid, which is unfortunate. We didn't have it warded in that area he came from, so there's nothing you can do about that. You know, no wars is a problem. Now, this guy stayed around a little too long, and he will die for it. Now, my mistake here was going back the way that I came. If I would have kept straight and walked up by their speed buff, I probably would have survived, but I kind of got lost in thought right there, knowing that Poseidon had just went into that left jungle. I should have kept going forward. It's neither here nor there. I put their jungler down. Yeah, I took a spill, but I'm still back on the map. Still got a level lead on them. Eventually, this game gets really out of control. Like you see, Dum Dum over there get yeeted, but I don't know what our Heimdall was doing. Like, I think he just stood there waiting for him to come back down to get the kill. He shouldn't have died there. Ares, this is Poseidon from the last game. He kind of set me up for that kill.
On my way.
Did I kill this guy? No, he went. He led me on a merry chase.
This war turns in your favor.
Help, gang! Flash of hope forward.
Yeah, he wanted help. I wanted to get this guy dead.
On my way.
Like, I was gonna chase this for years if I had to. Missed that. Missed that, and then he got it anyway. So I kind of wasted my time. I could have been farming there, and I maybe could have just let him live. But whatever. I'm just pissed off I didn't get that kill. But whatever. We're gonna keep it moving. What's it, 6 minutes in the game? We had a lead. New ultimate. Overhead kick. Fuck you. I'm not worried about that BS you're doing. That new using her ultimate so religiously like that actually cost her a lot by the end of the game. But our Osiris also didn't understand his limitations walking into their jungle when you can see that their blue buff just got dropped or was in process of getting dropped. I guess he tried to contest it or not. Here's her mistake, staying. I waited.
I will ward. You can't run from me.
I missed that, but I wasn't gonna miss this.
Does our dare to end your streak of carnage?
Overstaying your welcome. That's the worst thing you can do in this game. I've learned that year after year. Just leave. Just leave.
This war turns in your favor.
Just pretend you got invited to a party.
Enemy missing right.
An enemy has
The host and hostess got into an argument, and they're fighting in front of the company. You don't stick around and watch the argument. You leave. You just leave. Just go. It's not your business at that point. It was not her business to stay in that lane with that much health. No ultimate. Like, no, just leave. So I get my second kill, and I try to get going. I'm in a queue with people that are speaking clearly Spanish, if I want to say. Like, and Roy was on the same page I was. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I'm trying to decipher it. I'm seeing F6 at 10. I don't know what this guy says after that. That I don't speak Spanish. Madre is mom. I'm pretty sure that I know what that is. But yeah, English. So we're trying to get them speaking. They speak English. They just want typing in English. It was driving me insane. But it's over and done with. Merlin's rotating, so I'm still in his farm, which I don't think is still at that point. He rotated and got farm by getting a kill, so I'm gonna take his mid lane farm. Granted, right now I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm saying. I'm just playing the game at this point. I should have read that he was gonna use that. And I should have read that he's gonna have blink, but I didn't check to see if he had blink. But it didn't matter to me because his ult and his blink's down. This guy, he dies, and I still didn't get killed. There's a couple of kills I didn't get, but I make up for it by the time this game is over. Here's another one.
On my way.
Yeah, just slip from my clutches.
This war turns in your favor.
What? Once again, not a big deal. Once again, Merlin overstayed his welcome, but Humbats. He didn't have blink. He didn't have ult. He just. There's no way he was getting that kill.
Maybe the monks made a mistake.
Currently watching the game as I'm doing this now. I'm actually watching this game. They're still hanging out in dual lane. If I remember correctly, the support, I don't think he ever rotated. I think both supports just stayed in dual lane all the time, so I just found myself just running around killing everybody. Don't know what Merlin was talking about, report this hacker. I don't know who he was calling a hacker.
Enemy ultimate down.
And I'm guessing that means Poseidon. Wow. I don't know. Like, I couldn't decipher the language they were speaking. Even when it seemed like they were speaking English, I didn't understand what they were fucking talking about. So at this point in the game, I got, once again, a lead on their jungler. Our mid's got a fat lead because their mid wasn't in the game to start with. Overhead kick, get out of the bullshit. I saw where she landed at. Determined if I can get to her.
Ultimate is down.
Yeah, she backed. I think I checked her blue at this point, and it wasn't up. I could have went to invaded their backs right there, but I actually did go over there because I didn't know where Humbats was. And I'm still in that while our dual lane is still sitting at their tower. Instead of just leaving and getting farmed, they could have stole the purple buff. They could have took their alpha harpy. They could have did more than just stand in that lane, just wait for them to come back so they can kill them again. But I guess not everyone sees the game that light. This guy dies instantly. I'm not gonna stand there. See, their purple was down, but I don't even know if they checked their purple. They didn't check their purple because I just ran right past it. I pinged it. I didn't have enough mana. I knew if I went in here, all I was gonna do is ult and get out. Yep. I actually stayed. I don't remember staying. That's a lot. It's really ballsy to stay with no mana after you burn your ultimate.
Pick yourself up.
But I got a kill out of it, so. And like I said in the last video, I typically run the same build every time on Ravana unless there's something different about the team that I need to adjust for. It's always either Jotuns or Crusher, unless Brawlers is incentivized. I always go Erendite after boots. And the item after that is typically Hydras. Or depending on what their team comp is. I might go Void Shield right there if there's a lot of physical. Overhead kick, screw you. But kills him. So I'm real... I don't want to say I'm cookie cutter, but when I get into a game, I already have a mind state that this is what I'm going to build on this particular character, and I'm going to build it every time until the other team tells me I can't by picking whatever they decide to pick. They didn't have an Aphrodite, they didn't really have any healers, so Brawlers was already out of question. They had the Humbats, which made me do the Jotuns because my ultimate can be more value of his. Even if he gets his cooldown, I want my cooldown faster than he does at all times. This right here pissed me off. You see my ultimate side. His ultimate side. I called for the attack. He walked into tower. Maybe he should have ulted to get in there faster. But he took his precious time getting over there to kill her. I baited out her clay minions and the stun. I overhead kicked her. For him to walk in the tower or not even be there like quicker, I died there. So I can't blame him, but at the same time, it's you gotta read that. I called for the attack to go in there because I knew we can kill her. She didn't have beads. She used her ultimate already. She was free, but he kind of hesitated. But he did say at the beginning of the game that he's not really. He either said he's not good at solo, or he's not good at Cyrus. I can't remember which one. I believe it was solo. Because I remember at the end of the game he asked me what he should build in his next item. So I think it was a solo. But it's still I'm still in a good position. Still got a lead over Humbats. I'm still making more of an impact than he is. This tower is in danger because our Merlin was everywhere but his lane. As you can see. I don't know what it was about the dual lane, but they would not leave the dual lane for some reason. She wastes her ultimate, so I know that's down. I might go back and see her in a minute.
Friends are not to be trusted.
And there's that Erendite. I love Erendite. That's why I love Erendite. You can just chase people for miles with that item. Erendite is so good, and I think people don't realize how good it is. Hachiman's ultimate. When you get on that horse, you are out of there. You're gone. If your Erendite's active and you damage that Hachi, you can run him down while he's on his horse. I've done it. I think I have a video on it too. I landed on him, hit him with an ability. I hit him with the overhead kick, which has a speed boost in it when you use it. and I was just running him down all the way from around between
I'll attack.
T1, T2 solo, all the way up to his Phoenix. Just ran him down. So I love Erendite. Getting away from somebody with Erendite is such a pain in the ass.
Gank.
Right here, I hang out behind the minions so I don't get spotted until Nuwa does that dumb shit. So now I have to kind of get in there.
Attack.
He ults out. That situation, Erendite wouldn't have mattered. I wouldn't have caught him because I didn't land on him. The good wards got me in a position where I can see that they're right there. Hachiman came back. Had to take the oracles, get that out the way, just in case they push up further. And at this point, I'm hunting. I know his ultimate's down. I don't know about his relics, but I know his ult's down. I'm hunting for him.
An ally has been slain.
I don't think he knew I was behind him. I think he just so happened to dodge that. I probably could have walked around that wall, but I didn't have overhead kick, and I didn't want to burn my bees because of the Humbat's ultimate. But I still managed to get back in, get a kill. Burn my bees there. I don't know why I burnt it there, because I was clearly out of that whirlpool. But I think I might have panicked because I didn't know what was coming behind it.
Put your faith in none but yourself.
And we back again. At this point, Nuwa is rotating because Nuwa has such a fat lead on our Osiris that she can do that.
Retreat.
Come on, keep up.
Drinking a beer, by the way. It's midday, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I believe Ares lives here. Yeah, they didn't kill him. She overhead kicked. I mean, I overhead kicked. She did her stun. And when to her ultimate, she just set herself up to die at that point. I played a little bit of Nuwa in my time playing this game to know that you can't just let that ultimate fly whenever you have it. And in that situation, she was not in any danger for me to kill her. But I'm sure she didn't know that. But you don't clay minion stun the minions. There's no reason to stun the minions. You save that, especially when you see me running at you. So she messed it up in so many counts. This guy, I wanted his soul, and he did that and got out. And I was pretty salty because I should have killed him.
Your allies have failed you.
I stopped the type there. I'm trying to get used to hitting my auto run and typing, but I got my auto run set to such a ridiculous button because where it's normally at, because of the way my key bindings are set up, I will accidentally hit it all the time. So it's like way on the other side of the keyboard, so I don't have the habit of just hitting auto run and typing, so it's something I gotta get used to. It's a lot of shit I gotta get used to with mouse keyboard still.
This war turns in your favor.
The team fight over here. I tower dive. I don't care at this point. I want to kill him. I want to kill him. By this point in the game, I'm 9-2, and I'm starting to feel frisky, as you can see. Like I didn't have to do that, but for him to dash backwards and then come back and keep basic attacking me, I felt like he was asking me to kill him, so I went in. Shouldn't have did that. It wasn't worth me dying at the Phoenix, but you know, I was feeling a little extra confident in that situation, especially that I knew Humbats was down. So even though I died, he wasn't getting back to farming as fast as I was getting back to farming. He got back earlier, but with my lead, it didn't really bother me too much.
I need the jungle buff.
At this moment, he fucked that up. He dashed after he was stunned. No, after he was rooted, and he died. This was the problem in this game, is that, I mean, we have a slight goal lead, not the biggest, but we had enough goal lead, and I had enough levels to where All they had to do was group around me, and we can just,
I'll gank middle lane.
you know, death ball at their team.
Gank.
You draw out Humbat's ultimate, Ymir's freeze, and what can anybody do? What Nuwat's just gonna do that? She's still in danger.
Attack
We
the
got a
gold
good
fury.
dive with me and Osiris. It was kind of weird, but it was like I said in the last video. It was that weird point in the game. Let me not interrupt. This was a triple kill that I wish was a quadra, but it wasn't a quadra. Here's a sick part. I get in there, overhead kick, and get the kill, and avoid the Ymir damage. I couldn't body block him there because I was getting tower aggro. This is where I fucked up. I missed that. I did that because I thought he was turning to freeze. I blink in. He misses his freeze. I kill him. I died. If I hadn't overhead kicked, thinking he was about to turn and freeze me, I would have lived. Because I would overhead kick that last hit from the Phoenix. I probably wouldn't be able to sneak a back. I think I probably would have snuck a back in around between those Phoenixes. As long as Poseidon didn't come kill me. But me thinking that something was going to happen that wasn't happening, it made me do that. This Fire Giant call was right there. I was just checking to see how much cooldown I had. This Fire Giant call was good but bad at the same time because Ares and Osiris wasn't immediately over there. You see Heimdall uses Aegis. This guy's got pretty much burned.
I'm not gonna make it.
They were tanking
I fell.
the Fire Giant. And Nuwag is a free kill. They was tanking the Fire Giant. They didn't wait for the tanks to come over to aggro it. So
Okay.
that's why I said, like, really, guys?
Enemies at the gold fury.
Yeah, like, why would the carries hit that first? It's like they never did a Fire Giant before. But I wasn't pissed off about it because we were still doing good. We took Fire Giant, which, I mean, only 2 people got it, and the 2 people that got it ain't really worth having a Fire Giant on, but they didn't have Fire Giant.
Be careful.
And their team could probably take Fire Giant easily.
Defend
You know,
the
between
gold fury.
Humbats and Ymir zoning you out to Kraken. It could have been ugly if they took it, so we did the right thing. We just didn't do it the right way.
On my way. On my way.
This was our Ares,
Ultimate is ready.
being extremely ballsy.
Care to end your streak of carnage?
But you got to kill. That right there, I thought I overhead kicked, and I knew I wasn't going to die from that damage. I thought I overhead kicked before she hit the stun. I didn't have bees, so I kind of got nervous. I thought I was going to be dead in that situation.
Allies have failed
And
you.
here's that point in the game, like I mentioned, like, why are we up there?
Faith in none but
But me being me, I went in, try to get something out of the bullshit that they were doing, and I got hit by a Hachi auto when he probably had 10 health, because I know I landed right on him. And just when I thought I had my one, I thought I hit him with it before he hit me, but I guess he didn't. The build I went with at this point, of course, I went Jotuns. I'm asking can we group because what we're doing is stupid. Like, they're just running at him at this point as far as our tanks. I went Jotuns. I went the boots. I went Erendite. I typically do that. Hydras, I like doing Hydras on Ravana because you can always sneak an auto in with his abilities. Bloodforge because at this point in the game, I just felt like I wanted a lot of damage,
Attack the
and
gold
I was
fury.
killing their carries so fast
On my way.
that I knew I can get a Bloodforge proc. I knew I can get Bloodforge. I knew I could get the shield because I knew I could get the kill.
Fury.
The Magi is mainly because of Ymir and Nuwa, which I think was actually probably the smartest thing about my build is the Magi's. The only problem with the Magi's is Poseidon's one cancels out my Magi's, so that's the only thing. But if I don't get hit by that, Nuwa tries to stun me. See, I got hit by that. Now, I don't know why I stood there neither. I think I was.
Attack.
I don't know what the hell I was doing. I shouldn't have got hit by that tidal surge, but I did. So he took my Magi's, but if he doesn't hit me with that, because see the Whirlpool did nothing to the Magi's.
I'll
If
attack.
Nuwa or Ymir stuns me, or even Humbass gets his ultimate off, it gives me that extra second to make a decision. This right here was a bad decision. I don't know why Osiris just walked in there. We had no minions. So his ultimate's down. Gets our Heimdall killed. I'm trying to protect him. He comes back in for some reason instead of just leaving.
Falling back.
And it's like he hesitated about retreating. He should just went ahead and retreated. And here I had that moment. Sick overhead kick.
Retreat. Retreat.
I just that right there, I was mad at myself because I could even pre-beast that stun, but I didn't. But I was still flustered that our Osiris just walked into the Phoenix. We didn't have any minions near that situation. And we weren't grouped. A lot of this game, in particular, right now, is that we weren't grouping properly. And stuff like that can be frustrating. But I didn't want to let it. I didn't want to let it kind of fester into a bad, attitude between all the players, because we had a lead. We could have blew it if we all started fucking going back and forth about, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. Which the little bit of, I won't say a little bit of the rank I did play in season 5, there were a lot of situations where your teammates get into this mind state where if things not going right, you start, instead of figuring out a plan on how to play, we're too busy.
Attack fire giant.
Oh, you need to buy this item, you need to do this, you need to do that, and shit like that. I accidentally watered right there, by the way. I don't know why I watered there. I think I was in the zone. I didn't realize what I was doing. I was playing a random bullshit ward, a sentry ward at that, for no reason. But even right here, once again, Fire Giant was a call, but Merlin is our main Fire Giant DPS. So why he was in mid lane, I don't understand. But I get a kill out of that. I got my Blood Forge. This is why I got Blood Forge, because I know it'll be worth it. You managed to get Fire Giant. I don't know how we got it.
On my way.
That time I bees in time before I could die. Juke out, hit the blink. Because I didn't know what was going to hit me next, and I don't got that much health. I kept running forward because I just assumed they had beats. And I think we ended off that fight. And even our end was fucked up. Like, this shit is insane. Once again, he walks in, which is okay at this time because we had Ares behind us with a wave of minions. They proceed to go to left lane. I stay in mid because I know I can fight this guy 1v1. He goes backwards. I save my ultimate because I know I might need it. I use it here because why not, right? I could have used it on that Humbass and killed him after he jumped away, but it wouldn't have made any sense because I probably wouldn't have killed him. She goes on her ultimate because no new wall player that I've ever played against knows when not to use that ultimate. And right here is that waffling moment. Even though we had Fire Giant, we're just kind of lingering. We're not really quick in our movements. So I go back in. I miss my 3 to get rid of his Magi's, unfortunately. But somebody else took it for me, so that worked out. He didn't get humbats with that ultimate, which was unfortunate because he didn't have beads.
I'll attack the Titan.
I should have died there. I guess Poseidon didn't have anything up to take me out with. And then we're just... Yeah, I eventually died. Because they weren't even attacking the Titan at this point. Now they're working now. They're like, when we first ran into the Titan, we weren't really attacking the Titan until I died, and then we finally took the Titan.
Enemies have returned.
So that was my third game of ranked that I played today. My second straight game of jungle. I think the other game was better, not because I didn't die, it's because I didn't make like boneheaded decisions. Like me rushing into the Phoenix to kill that Hachi, that wasn't necessary. I could have just let him leave. Me overhead kicking what I thought was gonna be Ymir freeze, which ended up being a blink after I missed 2 abilities. That's kind of a misplay of my part, but it still turned out to be a good game. A couple of highlights in there, but other than that, that's the third part of my rank grind just for the day. I'm gonna sit down and think, like, my MMR sucks, but a lot of that's because switching to mouse and keyboard from console controller, they don't take that into account. So I started off at 1500, but no, we'll see how rank goes. I'm definitely feeling ranked a little bit. I gotta see how I feel after another loss. But until then, we'll see you.